Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. This is another episode of First Appearances of the Week. This is March 3rd, 2021, so today we'll be giving you all the first appearances hitting your comic shops today. Now this week we have quite a few first appearances. I think there's 8 titles that have first appearances, and we also have 4 honorable mentions. So we have quite a few books to go through this week, so let's go ahead and get started right away. This is for week ending March 5th, 2021. Here are your first appearances. First up from DC Comics, Batman number 106. This features the first cameo appearance of Miracle Molly, and it also features the debut of a new Scarecrow design. Next up, also from DC Comics, Suicide Squad number 1. This features the first team appearance of the new Suicide Squad led by Peacemaker. Talon and Connor Kent join the Suicide Squad in this issue. Next up, also from DC Comics, Swamp Thing number 1. This features the first appearance of Swamp Thing, Levi Kamei. This is a new Swamp Thing and the first Indian lead character to headline a DC title. This is also the first cameo or mention of the Pale Wanderer. Finally, from DC Comics, Infinite Frontier number 0. This features the first appearance of Simon Saint, creator of the Magistrate Force, the first cameo team appearance of Titans Academy students. In this issue also, Black Adam becomes Shazam, and Nubia becomes the new Wonder Woman. Next up from IDW, Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 2. This features the first full appearance of Martian Rowe. Next up from Marvel Comics, Star Wars The High Republic number 3. This features the first appearance of the Dringer, a sentient species of plant life who wish to wreak havoc across the galactic frontier. The Dringer and the Nihil are the 2 major antagonists in the High Republic. Also from Marvel Comics, America Chavez, Made in the USA number 1. This features the possible first cameo or full appearance of a villain who was teased in issue number 2 and 3. And finally, from Marvel Comics, Hellions number 10. This features the introduction of a new murder world. This is a series of locations that house arcades, amusement park-style death traps. So those are the 8 first appearances this week. I told you guys we had quite a few to go through, but we also have 4 honorable mentions that are also really great titles we think you guys need to consider. So let's go ahead and get started with our honorable mentions. First up is ENIAC number 1 from Bad Idea. This story follows ENIAC, an organization responsible for dropping the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945. Next up, Berserker number 1 from Boom Comics. This features an immortal warrior who performs dangerous jobs for the US government in exchange for the truth about his own existence. Next up from Image Comics, Nocterra number 1. The only way to survive is to stay in the light or to hitch a ride with Valentina, the ferryman who escorts people and goods along unlit roads with her luminescent 18-wheeler. Finally, Crime Syndicate number 1 from DC Comics. This features the origin of Ultraman and also features the Justice League from Earth 3. So those are the first appearances and honorable mentions that we have for you guys this week. That's 12 titles to go through. That's a lot to digest. So we're going to give you our recommendations of which ones we think you should pick up for your collection or for your long-term investment portfolio. To help you keep these straight, we're actually going to show the cover art again as we go through our recommendations. So let's get started. Out of the first appearances, Batman number 106. This features the debut of a new Scarecrow design. It also features the first cameo of Miracle Molly. That's not terribly important, but the debut of the new Scarecrow design may be. This may be one to add, but put this in your B column. In your A column, put Suicide Squad number 1. This one here is the first team appearance of the new Suicide Squad. Anytime there's a first team appearance of an established team like the Suicide Squad, this is a new team, you probably want to pick this one up, add to your collection, put this in the A column. Also, Swamp Thing number 1, definitely put that in the A column. This is a definite pickup. This is the first appearance of a new Swamp Thing, Levi Kamei, and it's also the first Indian lead character to headline a DC title. Very important comic. Also the first cameo or mention of the Pale Wanderer, an important character also for the DC Universe. This is a must-have. Pick this one here up. Swamp Thing number 1. Also Infinite Frontier number 0. This is important, not necessarily because of the first appearance of Simon Saint or the cameo appearance of the Titans Academy students, but because Nubia becomes the new Wonder Woman in this issue. This one you probably want to pick up, but if you can't pick up all these suggestions, definitely put this one in the B column for right now. Next up, Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 2. This features the first full appearance of a new character. Disney Marvel are already creating a Star Wars High Republic animated series, you definitely want to pick up any of the first appearance of new characters for the Star Wars universe. This franchise is terribly hot right now. These books are going to be collected. You definitely want to have the first appearance of the characters that they introduce either in the animated series or if they take this into feature film or television. That being said, Star Wars The High Republic #3. Also, this features the first appearance of the Drengir. This is one of the main antagonists in the High Republic universe, in the High Republic storyline. So you definitely want to pick this one up as well. Make sure you add this to your A column. This is a definite pickup. So out of the honorable mentions, you definitely want to pick up ENIAC #1 from Bad Idea. The Bad Idea distribution model is they distribute their comics only to brick and mortar stores, no online retailers, and they limit how many comics a particular customer can purchase. So a customer can only buy one comic, one title from that particular location. And they're going to police this somehow. We don't really know how they're going to police this, but it's going to be a limited distribution, limited number of copies people can purchase, limited number of locations that are going to carry the Bad Idea titles. So definitely add ENIAC #1. This is the premier title. They did the Hero Trade. That was a Ashcan that they released at the end of last year. That's already trading around $1,000. ENIAC #1. This is going to be a big book. Matt Kine wrote this. You know, a lot of his stories have already gone to film or television. It's going to be important. This is probably going to go to film or television as well. Pick this one up. Next up, Berserker #1. This is a must-add as well. You definitely want to pick this one up for your collection. This was co-written by Keanu Reeves and Matt Kine, just like ENIAC that we just mentioned. That was written by Matt Kine as well. Matt Kine has written a lot of comics that have been optioned for television or film. He is a big driving force behind Bad Idea. So the fact that his name is attached to this with Keanu Reeves, this book is probably going straight to film. This is one you want to pick up. There are going to be a lot of covers for this. This is going to be heavily collected, but don't miss out on this one. For the cover price, it's worth adding. Next up, Nocterra #1. This is going to lend itself very well to film. So this is one, you could put in your B column if you can't pick up all these books, which is, we understand there's quite a lot of books this week to add to your collection. If you can't pick this one up, put this one in your B column, keep an eye on it, add it later on. This will translate very well to film. This will probably be picked up for film or television. So those are our suggestions for this week's first appearances and honorable mentions. We understand there's a lot of titles in there to add to your collection, so use your best judgment. Pick out the ones that you believe have the best long-term investment potential, add those to your collection, and put the other ones in the B column, keep an eye on them, and maybe add them later on. Please drop some comments in the comment section below. Let us know what you guys think. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.